Finally got that new chapter of One Piece to break down, and it's Black People Day, so make sure you follow me. Start off with these giant niggas trying to dip as some abnormal hockey emanates from the realm of the sun. Then we see Gaban talking to Luffy because he's still fucked up and he can't move yet. He gives Luffy this interesting warning where he says, be mindful of the way you use Conqueror's Haki. Those guys are by no means immortal, which means Conquerors is a way to defeat those type of demons. Then we see Loki trying to finesse his way out of the chains as he says, I'm the only one left who's faced these knights before. I know I can beat them. Free me and take me with you. Right before Gaban says there's another in the Straw Hat, so he uses Conqueror's Haki, and Sanji gets hyped and says, is it me, before he starts coping. So we all knew he already meant Zoro. Most wild here is the fact that Zoro literally didn't even know he had it, to which Gaban explains that Haki is a power that must be understood and tamed, which means that Zoro has literally been unconsciously using Haki the entire story. Then Loki gets mad at the fact that they're considering the Straw Hats over him since he's native to Elbaf, before Harden starts yelling at him and says, who's to say you won't side with the government? Right before we get a little flashback panel showcasing a bit of the history between these two giants. Then Luffy asks Loki to join their crew so he can be free without any complaints. The Straw Hats say there's no room for him on the ship, but Luffy says he could just beat Loki's ass if he tries anything crazy. Loki straight up disagrees to join though, because he said there's no way he's gonna work underneath Luffy. Right before this, Gaban just straight up stops coping and says release Loki, and then one of the giants says, what was that, Yasan? 14 years ago, Loki murdered 113 members of the Castle Guard, including his own father. He's the worst criminal the country of Elbaf has ever known. Then the giant straight up tells Loki that he'll free him if he tells him what happened in the castle 14 years ago. Right before we get this flashback explaining the day Loki claps his father, pause. Before I continue, I just want to say this panel right here confirms that all of One Piece is above the level of MCU Thor. Then we cut to the scene between Gaban and Shanks in the past having a zesty ass bath with each other all the way back when Shanks still had his arm, and we do see the abyss mark on his left arm, which means that stuff I was yapping about in my last One Piece video is confirmed. And right here, Gaban states that Shanks is actually a child of destiny, which means he may actually be the prophecy child rather than Luffy being the Joy Boy figure we all thought. When we cut back to Loki's father getting straight poked up, we learn the reason that the king passed away 14 years ago is because somebody came there to whack him and take the forbidden devil fruit they have hidden there in the realm of the sun. Then we see this big ass giant come around kick stomping shit before the chapter ends, man. Absolutely wow, I have no idea what to say. Honestly, the Zoro stocks are up now more than ever because he literally doesn't even know he has Haki, and he's still casually one-shotting some of the strongest Haki users in the series and contending with them. So this proves that Oda is a Zoro glazer, but either way, make sure you leave a like on this video and follow this account for daily One Piece content.